I'd like to give you a personalized tarot reading right now, and so if you're looking for some guidance from Gus, God, the universe, or spirit, whatever you want to call it, let's do a breathing exercise to center ourselves and open our minds up to whatever the tarot has to tell us. So breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, so now it's time to ask the tarot a question. Now I approach the tarot a little differently, with not very much divination. When we ask when questions, when am I going to get money? When am I going to get a job? When am I going to get married? We're kind of just asking Gus to give us something without actually having a human experience. So I actually like to ask how or what questions. How can I show up in my job? How can I show up in my relationship? What do I need to do to get a relationship? How do I give myself self-love? What should I pay attention to make money? That kind of a thing. That way we're using Gus and communicating with him, or her, to create a human experience and have a little bit of fun at the same time. If you want to put your question down in the comments, you are more than welcome to. And if you need any extra guidance, I'm more than willing to help. With that all being said, let's see what the tarot has to say. Oh, we got a jumper, so we got someone who wanted something that wanted to talk. So let's do here. All right, so we've got swords. And swords are associated with the element of air, and air is associated with our thoughts and our communication. So keep that in mind as we're going through this whole entire reading. So we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Now the Nine of Swords is usually about nightmares and anxiety and fears. Here we've got it reversed. So we've got blocked, delayed, healing, or internal energy. Now, when I see this card coming up, to me, it shows that someone is blocking a fear. Maybe they're not processing a fear. They could be healing from a fear. What I kind of get from it mostly, like right now, just based on what is kind of coming up and everything, it just kind of feels like you're blocking the end of a cycle. So nines are near the end of a cycle. Tens is completion. 10 is it's done. 10 is over. Which once you realize that it's over, it will go to the ace, and the ace will start a whole new cycle. But with this 9 being in reverse, for some reason what's coming up for me is that whatever question you've asked, there is something that has come or is coming close to an end, and you're not ready to accept it. Then we have this is also the TV series tarot deck. I am not sure what TV show this is. If you know, please let me know in the comments. This is the King of Swords in reverse. Again, we've got blocked, delayed, healing, or internal energy. The King of Swords is a very thoughtful king and a very communicative king. He knows how to give bad news, not necessarily with heart, but just like in a thoughtful way. With this being in reverse, he seems to be a little bit more of a tyrant. He kind of like stabs people where it hurts, and he doesn't really care. Also, he could be dumb, not really smart, not a very good leader, that kind of a thing. Again, I am not sure what TV series this is. If you have any recollection or knowledge, let me know. I am not sure who that is. So with both of these cards in reverse, it just kind of makes me feel like that today, associating with your question, there's something that's being blocked, and there's not a clear thought process as to how to end this current cycle, whatever it is that you're going on. In order to do that, I would recommend, I just got chills down my right side. In order to do that, I would somehow figure out how to approach this. Like it was reversed. So approach it and flip the card upside down and actually talk to that fear. That might actually help you with the King of Swords being, if you flip that over, that you might actually be able to find some new thought processes if you're able to heal from some of these fears that you are experiencing right now. That is mostly how I am going to read those today. I'm going to be honest, I do feel like it was a little bit weak, but let me know if that helped you in the process. If you are one of those people who likes to give energy back to your tarot reader, interact with this video. Like, follow, share, comment, repost, all that kind of stuff. That's a great energetic exchange for us. You could also give me $5 if you want to. But with all of that being said, let's do another breathing exercise to close our minds, or at least close the reading, and then we can go off with the rest of our day. So breathe in. And breathe out. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.